Hey, what up everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you. This is the Oh My God Volume 2 of the Top 50 Incidents of WCW. Years ago, the Oh My God Volume 1 came out of the Top 50 Incidents from the WWE, and they followed this up with a WCW release, sort of seeing how this, this series of matches, or not matches, but moments sold well for the WWE, and then WCW always sells well when they put them on to DVD or Blu-ray sets. You think back to the 2 volumes of Best of Nitro, your Goldberg, your Rise and Fall of WCW, Best of Clash of the Champions, Best of WCW Pay-Per-View, Best of Starrcade, Best of, I guess there isn't a Best of Bash at the Beach was. There is a VHS Best of Bash at the Beach from back in the day WCW release, but this is this one. You can see they gave Vince and Shane from the moment that WCW was sold. It was supposed to be sold to Vince. At the last minute, Shane swiped in and he made the deal. Here's the inside. You got 2 discs. You got a black one. You got a red one with the Blu-ray. I'm actually not going to look at the listings, but I'm going to show them to you guys because I sort of want to be surprised as they go through. I will, as I'm showing this, not reading it, just say that I hope RoboCop is on here. I hope that Dusty's Gorilla is on here. I'm hoping some of the Vince Russo moments from him booking WCW Nitro and WCW Thunder will be involved on here. Maybe Kevin Nash trying to powerbomb the Giant and dropping him on his head. I'm hoping that those moments will be on here. This should be a fun release. I'm actually sitting down to watch this now. I've got a lot of stuff that I need to watch. I seem to be caught up on the network right now on things that I need to watch. There's no fast lane, pay-per-views in the past to watch. Normally, I would be watching the Elimination Chambers, but there's none of those. But if you look at your Blu-ray exclusives, you've got, I can't really read that, it's a little bit blurry on here. The winner faces Chris Jericho from the Bash at the Beach 99. That's the Pinata match. Silver King, Hoover Guerrero, Slamboree, the Ready to Rumble cage match. Arquette versus Diamond Dallas Page and Jeff Jarrett. And then you got Lance Storm versus General Erection in the United States Championship match. Pretty cool there. Flip to the back, you're going to see the Ultimate Warrior. You're going to see Rey Mysterio. You're going to see Goldberg. You got a whole bunch of words on there. I guess they're hyping up the Ric Flair, Kevin Nash, Scott Hall, the Immortal Hulk Hogan, Chris Jericho, the Shockmaster. This is going to be a fun one. I'm going to pop this in on the old Blu-ray player right now and check this out. Hopefully you guys will stick around. If I can make it through the whole thing, it's a Blu-ray release, so it's got 2 discs. It's going to be pretty long. I'll have the review up sooner than later, so we'll check this out. Peace out, everybody. Hey, what up, everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you tonight. I just got done watching Straight Edge Hitman's. He did 2 unboxings, one from highspots.com, one from Ringside Collectibles. Go over there, check it out. It's spelled just the way it sounds. It's all in one word. Straight Edge Hitman. You'll see the Macho Man Randy Savage staring back at you. The other day, I told you I was going to watch this before my account got suspended. So this has been a video review that I've been putting off for at least over about a week now. It seems that everything on YouTube, honestly, is cooled down a little bit now. And it looks like it's safe to play. From here on out, we'll see where we go. But this is Oh My God, Volume 2, the Top 50 Incidents of WCW History. I had put this off for a good little while on watching this because, honestly, I was scared off by it being 2 discs. I didn't really want to know a whole lot about it. I still have never watched Oh My God, the top WWE moments. I put this on one day. I watched maybe the first 4 or 5, and it just wasn't the right day. It just wasn't the right time. But I sat down and I watched this all in one sitting. By this being 2 releases, I thought maybe the top 25 moments would be on this one, and the next 25 would be on the next. Just totally really going into and really breaking it down. Overall, the top 50 moments play out in about 2 hours and 10 minutes, I believe is how long it runs down. If you're a fan of WWE Countdown on the WWE Network, you're going to be a big fan of this DVD. Basically, I don't know who voted on these. I don't know who ranked them. I don't know how they got their order, but it works, and it's good. There's a little bit of WCW bashing in this, like there is on a lot of WWE DVD releases. A lot of the moments that deserve to be in the top 50 ridiculous moments of WCW's history are all involved in here. So there's no cheap shots really coming at them. Everything that's on here really wasn't, anything really that spectacular. A lot of the moments are the moments that you're going to remember the most from your time of watching WCW. But the countdown kicks off with a Junkyard Brawl from basically WCW on a pay-per-view, having everybody fight inside of a junkyard, blowing up and lighting cars on fire. The idea was trying to get out of the junkyard first. You make your way through there with the horrible Canadian hacksaw Jim Duggan thing. Ultimate Warriors run inside of WCW. The 49er match from the San Francisco edition of WCW. Goldberg's heel turn. You got Chris Jericho's challenge. Lots and lots of moments on here. But then you get into the big time, most ridiculous things. Sting, dropping from a helicopter at Club La Vela. They bring up how cool it was when you were watching Nitro in order to see this, but then when you sit down and you really have to think about somebody being the guy who has to plan out and pay for this all to go down, basically having the helicopter, rigging it for somebody to be able to rappel out of it into the ring, and it just was ridiculous. From there, you go to the electrocution chair from the Halloween Havoc of 1991, where basically you got a whole bunch of guys, all fighting it out, and then finally somebody, got electrified right there in the middle of the ring. It ended up being Abdul the Butcher going in there, his tag team partner at the moment. Cactus Jack was actually the guy who flipped the switch because he thought that Rick Steiner was sitting in the chair, but at the last minute he was able to reverse out of it and throw the other guy in there. From there we go to the Human Torch with Sting being lit on fire by Vampiro and tossed off the top of the WCW, I don't know, it's not the Titantron, but whatever you want to call it, the big set. Vince Russo winning the WCW title in an edition of War Games on WCW. He held the title for, I believe, 4 days to WCW Thunder, where he would drop it. From there we go to the Finger Poke of Doom, something I was at for WCW, with Kevin Nash giving the championship to Hollywood Hulk Hogan. Lots of NWO things. You have the Masked Luchador with DDP, going out there and wrestling as the Parka, beating Macho Man Randy Savage in a big surprise match. Nobody thought that would happen. And then you have, Bill Goldberg beating Hulk Hogan on the edition of Monday Monday Nitro to become the champion. From there we go to the WCW Invasion, Hulk Hogan's heel turn in WCW at 1996. And then also you have, Vince buying WCW and appearing on Monday Nitro, and doing the back-to-back with him and Shane McMahon. But the one thing that I like the most is that, to fill out the rest of the Blu-ray on disc 1 and then go over to the other, or I'm sure if you have the DVD, disc 2 and disc 3, you get a lot of the moments. I'm not going to say you get all of them. It probably looks like you got a handful of matches and moments on here. Definitely at least more than 20. And the way that they put them on the disc is in order. Not in order that they were in the documentary, I guess you can sort of say, but in, chronological order, starting with the Starrcade 1986 with the scaffold match. Of course, this is where the Road Warriors would take on the Midnight Express, and to end the match, Jim Cornette would fall down and the Big Boss Man, aka Big Bubba Rogers at the time, didn't catch him, and he basically broke his leg from the fall. But they go into a whole lot of the NWO things, which is chronologized. It's on a lot of other DVDs. The NWO has 2 of their own DVDs, and I'm sure that it's also going to be on the Rise and Fall of WCW as well. But you get it on here. Hulk Hogan versus Goldberg on Monday Nitro. Chucky interrupting Rick Steiner. So they're not all the finest. But if you actually look at this, anything after 1998 in WCW is not going to be the best from here on out. You got Goldberg spearing Bret the Hitman Hart. Vince Russo hits the reset button, and they relaunch Nitro, and basically do the Millionaires versus the New Blood. Oh, what the heck was my mind for a second? Human Torch match, as discussed earlier, with Sting and Vampiro. Judy Bagwell on a pole. Steel cage for the WCW Championship between Booker T and Vince Russo. You got the 49er match, Booker T versus Jeff Jarrett. So, lots of things on here. I highly recommend this Blu-ray or DVD release. This is going to be one that you want to sit down and check out. And this is one that right now, I want to go out of my way and watch the top 50 moments of WWE now because of how much I liked this one. Good stuff here on the WCW one. Let's go check this out. Peace out, everybody.